Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here this morning at the 2024 State of the County message. A couple of things I'm going to mention before we get started. First, I'd like to mention Jeffrey Mays, our music today. Thank you for being here today, Jeffrey. I first met Jeffrey in 1972 at the University of Oregon. He was one of my best friend's roommates, and he was just starting taking up the guitar. We've been good friends ever since. Jeffrey has moved to Lane County in 1972, and I met Jeffrey before I met my wife, Debbie Farr. But we've done a lot of things together through the years. Thank you for being here today, Jeffrey. Would you all please join me in the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm going to mention that fellow county commissioners are here with us today. I see in the front row here is Commissioner Buck and Vice Chair Trieger. There you are. And Commissioner Lovell and Commissioner Senega. I'm going to just talk about the commission ever so briefly. And before I go into the State of the County address, I'm the chair this year. Tomorrow is I wake up tomorrow, and that's my last day as the chair. I'm going to tell you briefly what does the chair do. Most importantly, if there's a 2-2 vote, the chair gets to be the third vote. Also, the chair has the auspicious responsibility of being 20% of the vote of the Lane County Board of Commissioners. The chair also helps set the agenda, but the chair does not set the agenda without tremendous help, without lean-on help from the vice chair. And I'd like to thank Vice Chair Trieger for the help that you've given me this year. Sometimes Commissioner Trieger looks and just taps me and looks at the clock, and I know I'd better look at the clock too. So thank you for all of that, once again, lean-on help throughout the year this year, Vice Chair Trieger. We have a couple of other elected officials in the room. We have in the back is D.A. Perlow, Sheriff Cliff Harold, and is Mary Pusik Schaefer with us this morning at a conference? Well, thanks. Lane County. Lane County is the best county in which we can all live, work, and play. That bold statement is a vision that the Board of Commissioners has established as we continue to refine Lane County's strategic plan. And the purpose of the vision is to improve lives. We responsibly manage available resources to deliver vital community-centered services with passion, drive, and focus. So let's ask, what is the state of Lane County? When refining the county's strategic plan in 2022, we commissioned a survey and we asked people who are not elected officials, not the people who regularly show up in Harris Hall for public comment, and not the people who work for government, but we asked a scientifically selected group of citizens of Lane County, what is the state of Lane County? The first general question was, how do you rank Lane County as a place to live? Well, no surprise. 74% of the people said Lane County is a good or excellent place to live. That didn't surprise us. But as we dig deeper, we find deep, commonly held concerns about living in Lane County. The first among those things that people want to talk about is, what is your biggest concern in Lane County? Overwhelmingly, more than 2/3 of the people in Lane County said homelessness. When asked if it's easy to find an affordable place to live in Lane County, a similar number said, no, it's not an easy place to find a place to live. And as I reflect over the past year, taking stock of Lane County's accomplishments, I think about our stated mission. How closely are we adhering to it? Are we making a difference in people's lives? Our mission is to responsibly manage available resources to deliver vital community-centered services with passion, drive, and focus. Our purpose of this mission is to improve the lives of all who reside in Lane County. Now that may sound like a pretty tall order, and by golly it is. To help us make this somewhat audacious mission a reality, we have a strategic plan in place to keep us on track and to make sure that everyone who works for Lane County as staff or as a contractor is on the same page. We work hard to use those valuable resources to be as effective and helpful as possible. Lane County provides a broad range of services, from land use to road and building management and maintenance to public health and economic development. And we're tasked with providing public safety from the top of the Three Sisters all the way to the Hasita Head Lighthouse. This is essential work as we focus on improving lives. But today, in no small part based on the input we continue to receive, I'm thinking about those among us who are the most vulnerable, those who seem to be in the most urgent need of services. I think how Lane County is helping to improve their lives. You know, every day we see people on the street. You see them on the street corners, you see them camped in cars beside the street. They're in tents, sometimes they're in the middle of the street, getting in the way of traffic, and sometimes they're very quietly hidden underneath the overpass. Adults all around us living in homelessness, and yes, children living with hunger, living with homelessness. And it often looks like nothing's being done to help, but Lane County is working strategically to focus our efforts to help improve their lives, and by improving their lives, improving everyone's living experience in Lane County. We're working together to help homeless individuals, helping people avoid homelessness in the first place, and working on innovative programs and responses to help them find stability. We have a short video. As we look back on the progress in Lane County in 2023, one of our most painful issues remains with us: people suffering from homelessness on the streets. Homelessness in the United States shot up by more than 12% last year. Through close coordination with our cities and with the state of Oregon, Lane County is striving to not only find relief for individuals and families with children suffering from homelessness, but to address the root causes and slow the steady pipeline of people who are deeply at risk of becoming homeless. In 2023, Governor Kotek signed multiple executive orders, including Executive Order 2302, declaring a state of emergency due to homelessness, addressing Oregon's burgeoning crisis. We quickly acted on new funding and initiatives to create Lane County's all-in plan. Our plan was the first to be accepted by the state and immediately received accolade from Governor Kotek and others. I am personally proud of the passion and the drive that our Lane County team and our partner agencies are demonstrating by continuing to move people from the streets and into safe shelter and long-term housing.
As a community, we were tasked with creating a multi-agency coordinating group, and with that group creating a strategic plan that we would use to move the funding that we would receive from the state forward with a goal of reducing homelessness. And so that plan allowed us to receive approximately $18.5 million, which was provided to 15 different agencies to create 28 new programs here in Lane County. Programs that help to stabilize people who are at risk of losing their homes, to create new emergency shelter beds or improve alternative shelters that just hadn't quite yet met the definition of emergency shelter, and also work to rehouse people who are living on the streets into permanent housing.
One of the unique things that we've been able to do with the all-in funds that we haven't been able to do before is really give someone who's been living on the streets a really good start. So we've had grants over the years that have allowed us to, cover move-in costs. And the move-in costs are not cheap. Rents have gone up about 75% in the last 6 years. We know income hasn't gone up that much. And someone who's living on the streets, they don't pack their file cabinets around. They don't pack their, beds, dressers, things like that. They're literally coming in with nothing. And one of the neat things about the all-in funds was we were able to purchase beds, dressers, kitchen table, a couple pieces of furniture, pots, pans, some basic things to really help them get started. So this is really giving them a chance to get a good start and work towards that self-sufficiency and be stable. So Isla Outreach Services was established in 1986 as a domestic violence shelter program for women and children. Over time, they realized that a key to getting women and children safe was housing, and so they started expanding it into housing programs. And we use the funds to help people who have an eviction notice due to an unexpected crisis event, Maybe their hours got cut back, there was an illness in the family, and they've received an eviction notice. Or maybe because the landlord is about to sell the place, or they're about to raise the rent to a point they can't afford. We can use those funds to help get them stable, either keep them in the home that they're at or help them find other housing. Then we have a rapid rehousing program that helps people who are literally living on the streets get into some type of permanent housing. This past 6 months, we've been able to take 23 families that were literally living on the streets, either in the streets or in their cars, many of them working, just couldn't afford housing, or didn't have the move-in costs. We helped approximately, I believe, 30 families stay in their homes with these funds that had eviction notices in play. So we've been able to do a lot of good with these funds.
So relationships are the backbone of the work that we do. The fact is the county cannot do it alone and should not do it alone. And so we rely heavily on nonprofit agencies, on business partners, on volunteers that work with our programs through the nonprofits. And we're very fortunate that when meetings are pulled together, our nonprofits come to those meetings and weigh in and provide their feedback and experience. And we also have that multi-agency coordinating group, which is made up of coordinated care organizations, the local housing authority, Lane County Behavioral Health, many of the nonprofits that are part of All In, as well as the City of Eugene and the City of Cottage Grove. And so those partnerships through the MAC are also incredibly important in allowing us to move our goals forward and to be able to achieve as much as possible during this executive order.
You know, as we look at the kaleidoscope of issues, that's homelessness and poverty and related issues, All In has helped us to really coordinate with the cities on a new level. Continuing that coordination with the cities, continuing our partnerships with the cities is essential for us to move forward. Our future efforts will concentrate on what we've learned from our All In program, identifying where we can be effective and where the gaps are, overcoming our weaknesses. With continued collaboration and renewed commitment together in our community, we can make real and rapid progress toward reducing homelessness. Thank you, Neil. You know, speaking about partnerships with cities, I'll take this moment to introduce the mayor of our largest city. Mayor Vinnis is here with us today. Mayor Vinnis, I want to personally thank you for the work we've done together and the work we will do together to address the issues that we're talking about today. Thank you for your work. I see no other mayors of cities in the room, so I will not apologize for missing you. You know, All In Lane County has given us a vision of the importance of working together and how we can maximize our effectiveness as governments, agencies, and private citizens. The stability we're looking for across the broad range of services in Lane County depends on working efficiently on the same page, working closely to ensure that all the resources we have or are given are used effectively and judiciously. Lane County staff maintains an up-to-date data sheet on the progress toward the goals of 2302 Governor Kodak's order. It's in a dashboard that's available for public view on on Lane County's website. I looked at that dashboard this morning to see how we're faring toward our goals. That dashboard keeps track of how we're doing. In homelessness prevention programs, we set a goal of stabilizing 741 houses households in housing. This morning, as of this morning, we've hit 104% of that goal and placed 767 households, or 1,835 people, in homelessness prevention programs. Along with our partners, such as the Alliance for Community Wellness, the ARC of Lane County, Centro Latino Americano, Shelter Care, Sayusla Outreach Services, Laurel Hill Center, Catholic Community Services, and others, we're exceeding even our own expectations. In rehousing programs, we set a goal of permanently housing 247 households. As of this morning, we're at 169, still short of our goal, leaving us about 78 households short of our goal. But the news is that over 100 more households have registered. We will exceed the goal. We plan to exceed the goal. And in emergency shelter efforts, we have, through strong relationships, exceeded our goal of improving or creating 230 beds by providing to date 274. That is 119% of our goal for emergency shelter beds. That's not possible without our partners such as the City of Eugene and the City of Springfield and Oak Ridge and Cottage Grove and Florence. Also, our nonprofit partners like St. Vincent de Paul of Lane County, Every One Village, Square One Villages, Looking Glass Shelter Care, and more. We need to work together as Lane County employees, of course, but ever more we need to work more closely with Lane County cities, school districts, fire districts, utilities, and other special districts. And we need to work with other counties, with state government, and with the federal government to leverage our resources to bring more efficient and greater services to Lane County. Lane County departments made great strides as we recovered from COVID in the last couple of years and other emergencies. In our emergency management department, and I will say currently headed by Jeff Kincaid. Are you with us? You're with us, Jeff? There you are. Currently headed by Jeff Kincaid, we continue to lead the state in our efforts. Lane County successfully activated the Emergency Operations Center, the EOC, in response to the 2023 wildfire season, specifically the Bedrock and Lookout fires, supporting first responders who assisted with evacuations and were fighting the fire. During a disaster, the Sheriff's Department becomes the lead agency. The Sheriff's Office with our various partners to efficiently conduct an evacuation. The Sheriff's Office works with our partners to efficiently conduct an evacuation. The Sheriff's Search and Rescue Team utilizes a system that immediately transmits evacuation data collected in the field directly to the Lane County Emergency Operations Center. Managing the EOC is helped by aid provided by local and regional partners that regularly lend staff to assist in Lane County's EOC, including teams from the City of Eugene and Springfield and Oak Ridge, the counties of Lincoln, Benton, Wheeler, Clatsop, and others. Moving along, in community justice and rehabilitation services in parole and probation, we established a mental health unit. This unit has developed 4 specialized officers charged with providing evidence-based supervision and services for one of our most vulnerable populations. With the benefits of qualified mental health professional credentials, our officers possess an extensive background in working with those suffering from mental illness, which is often exacerbated by active psychosis, chemical dependency, trauma, disabilities, and homelessness. We work in close collaboration with our criminal justice partners to provide mental health screening and case planning in preparation for community supervision services. In addition, we've established strong supervision services, strong partnerships in community outreach. Our officers perform their duties in the community near homeless camps, temporary shelters, and other areas where our clients may congregate. This allows us to connect with individuals whose mental illness prevents them from reporting to traditional office settings. Under close program evaluation, Lane County was selected to pilot The Way Home in April of 2017, with the formal project launch in September 2018 with 100 available, at the time 100 available housing units. The program aimed to assess and reduce recidivism, homelessness, and undue stress on healthcare services. The Way Home offers housing, individualized case management, cognitive behavior and therapy, family self-sufficiency programs, and Section 8 housing liaison services, along with community supervision services to identify risks, needs, and barriers to permanent supportive housing. Now the program has placed 206 high-risk to recidivate individuals in permanent supportive housing. To date, 87% of the participants remain stably housed. That's a huge number, 87%. And incredibly, fewer than 14% have been convicted of a new felony offense. In youth services, we completed a division-wide training and strategic plan through contracted consultants to assist the division in effectively responding to the report on racial and ethnic disparities in Lane County, in the Lane County juvenile justice system. Youth Services was awarded a 2-year grant by the Oregon Department of Education for a full-time mental health specialist at the MLK school. This will improve access to mental health services by justice-involved youth and generate a new revenue for youth services. They initiated planning for contracted medical services with the intent of providing youth in Phoenix and other programs with access to a full continuum of outpatient medical, mental health, and psychiatric care. The Oregon Juvenile Directors Association gave its 2023 Support and Program Professional of the Year Award to Lane County's Elizabeth Bailey. I don't believe that Elizabeth is with us in the room today. She was chosen for this award based on her demonstrated commitment to her peers, the youth we serve, and to the Youth Service Division. She was active and engaged in her role as mental health specialist in detention and as a leader of the True North Initiative. Elizabeth was also demonstrated a passion for ensuring innovative and evidence-based treatment and therapy techniques were part of the Youth Service Continuous Services. Lane County and Youth Services are fortunate that Elizabeth is a team member. In county administration, we convened the Charter Review Committee, which met on an aggressive schedule for more than a year to provide recommendations to the Board of County Commissioners on revisions and adjustments to the Lane County Charter that will be presented to the voters of Lane County this year. Administration also successfully developed, publicly bid, awarded contracts, and begun construction for 7 major capital projects in excess of $100,000 each. They include, among others, Parole and Probation Dental Clinic, and the long-anticipated, soon-to-open Community Health Center of Lane County South Lane Clinic. The total budget for these projects exceeds $30 million. Lane County's Central Finance Department continues to stand out among its peers as a leader in excellence. Fiscal year 2021 Annual Comprehensive Financial Report received a Certificate of Achievement Certificate of Achievement in Excellence in Financial Reporting, and our fiscal year 22 AFCR was submitted to the same award. Our county clerk's office is headed by Dina Dawson. They successfully conducted 3 elections this year: May Special District, October Recall, and a November Special. Under Dina's leadership and innovation, we were awarded the Guardian Award from the Election Center for Innovation in Election Security. That is a big deal. Additionally, in partnership with the Data and Analytics Office, we developed a ballots return dashboard that allows users to see return data and provides the ability to break down returns by various types, updated continually. Moving along, in coordination with the Lane Regional Air Pollution Authority, Lane County's Policy Division created a coalition of representatives from the City of Eugene, the City of Springfield, Eugene Water and Electric Board, and the University of Oregon to work on climate pollution reduction strategies. Monthly meetings have so far resulted in a series of conversations with the State of Oregon Department of Environmental Quality, the DEQ, to help shape the creation of the state's Priority Climate Action Plan, a requirement for the state to apply for climate pollution reduction implementation grants. Now, with our long-standing partners, the University of Oregon, go Ducks, with the University of Oregon School of Planning, Policy, and Public Management, we hosted an Oregon Summit on Wildfire Recovery, convening policymakers and practitioners from across the state to reinvigorate the urgency of recovery, to build depth in our collective expertise, and sharing lessons learned across the communities, and to set the agenda for future policy to work to build Oregon's capacity to recover from future disasters. Lane County Counsel Erin Pettigrew's team has successfully resolved numerous cases in state and federal courts. Counsel Pettigrew is with us today. They've provided training countywide on public records compliance in collaboration with the State Office of Public Records Advocate. The Office of Counsel has launched public records and case management tools providing greater efficiency, transparency, financial tracking, and prompt service to internal and external customers in 2024. Bravo. Significantly, under the leadership of Erin Pettigrew, our council office team stabilized the Office of Legal Counsel by adopting new office management practices, conducting an internal practice management audit, and hiring outstanding staff, and completing an overhaul of position reclassification and reorganization. Lane County's District Attorney's Office, for the first time in a decade, has achieved full staffing in criminal prosecution and family law. In family law, they're meeting standards for federal incentive performances. In our, in collection of child care support, we're now meeting financial standards, and collection of child support arrears, we're meeting financial standards. DA Perlow's team has attained a high performance standards despite continued staff turnover and hiring challenges. They've contributed to the well-being of Lane County children and families by ensuring financial support and stability. Thank you, DA Perlow, and pass that along, please, to your staff. In victim services, advocates provided 21,222 services to 2,927 crime victims in criminal cases. This year, they assisted 1,919 petitioners filing for civil protective orders. Our Human Service Division, as I stated earlier, works closely with other jurisdictions to maximize service to our most vulnerable neighbors through coordinated entry and outreach. In Veteran Services, during the pandemic years, the 2020 through 2022, new claim filings were lower than either 2018 and 2019. However, in January to October of 2023, the Veteran Services Program, it assisted local veterans file 1,294 new claims for benefits and 89 claims for survivor benefits. This is a nearly an 8% increase over pre-COVID levels. Lane County still leads the state in total receipt of direct VA compensation and pension benefits to county residents. Rent and utility assistance was a major focus in 2023 and was provided on new levels. Between January 1st and November 30th, 2023, 6,310 low-income households comprised of 12,965 individuals received utility assistance to help stabilize their households, avoid disconnection, and keep their households healthy. Between January and June of that same year, Lane County Rent Relief Program assisted 1,348 households with $6.5 million in state and federal rent and utility funding. These funds were distributed by 2 Lane County programs and 5 community organizations. On July 1st of 2023, the rent team pivoted to assist with the all-in efforts, and the internal Lane County team has assisted since 97 households with $410,000 in eviction prevention funds. I love our Dovetail Care Coordination. It reaches out to vulnerable people where they're camped. Imagine that work. You're reaching out to the people who are living on the streets, living next to the waterways, wherever they may be living, reaching out to people who otherwise wouldn't have the wherewithal or the means to seek service. Its most notable accomplishment this year lies in the collaborative efforts and commitment to community and well-being through direct service, as well as the beginning of a successful partnership with the community health centers of Lane County through the integration of community health workers within clinical settings. Some data points that exemplify this accomplishment: Dovetail community health workers provided ongoing case management to 221 individuals, made 920 health and social service referrals with a 71% successful completion rate, and hosted a remarkable 21 outreach events across 7 organizations and served 311 households, the most vulnerable, hardest to reach households in our entire county. In public health, Lisa Willis was appointed our federally qualified health center CEO. I don't believe that Lisa is with us this morning. In addition to opening our South Lane Community Health Clinic, we launched our environmental justice team and launched our Public Health Reserve Corps, which had its first emergency response activation during the late summer heat and smoke events. Public Health also renovated our communicable disease clinic and launched our new mobile public health program. Our Human Resource Department continues to recruit and hire diverse, responsive staff in the wake of COVID and an ever-tightening recruiting environment. They've increased recruitment efforts, including hosting 30 workshops, attending 16 career fairs, and hosting 7 interns, resulting in over 1,000 more applications received compared to last year. Through Workforce Wellness Solutions, Lane County was named the #1 healthiest employer in the state of Oregon for the 3rd year in a row. Let's applaud that. I love that. We're also the #26 healthiest employer in the United States. In December 2023, and this is particularly exciting, Lane County announced a new child care pilot program partnership to support employees and their families. In Public Works, through improved efficiency and data-driven performance measures, the Land Management Division has reduced permit processing timelines by approximately 30% over the course of the year. And I'm looking at Director Dan Hurley right in front of me, who represents the entire team. Good work, Dan, on moving forward. To help alleviate the current housing shortage, county staff authored new land use code, making Lane County the first county in Oregon to adopt allowances for accessory dwelling units, ADUs, outside of urban growth boundaries. That is a big deal. Lane County Land Use Division is continually striving for efficiency in service and response to Lane County residents, and will participate in analysis this year to help them in their efforts. In December, the county approved a contract with Bulk Handling Systems and purchased property in Goshen to construct an integrated material and energy recovery facility, an IMERF, that will reduce waste entering the Short Mountain landfill, reduce greenhouse gas, greenhouse gas emissions and extend the life of the landfill by more than 20 years. The Lane Event Center hosted and produced hundreds of events over the year while also providing services and opportunities to the community during emergencies and times of need, including wildfire incident command centers, Egan warming shelters with 19 activations, smoke respite sheltering, and animal sheltering. And now, the Lane County Sheriff's Office. The Lane County Sheriff's Office helped all of Lane County celebrate the renewal of the local option levy supporting jail operations with record voter support of 80%. This year, the Lane County Sheriff's Office was awarded grant monies needed to purchase and implement body-worn cameras for all deputies working within a patrol function, and created a full-time property evidence technician position to manage and maintain the very large amount of data collected by those cameras. In March of this year, the Trauma Intervention Program, the TIP, rolled out in Lane County. This is a group of trained volunteers that respond to any traumatic event to aid deputies with comforting and talking to individuals affected by the event. So if there's a fatal car crash, if there's a house fire, where people are suffering from trauma that's not typically addressed by first responders, the TIP team goes out and provides personal counseling on a very personal level to the people who are suffering and who otherwise may not receive that kind of personal counseling. They respond to the scenes such as fatal car crashes, death investigations, and disasters of all type. This has been a tremendous help to the deputies who are able to focus on the efforts of investigations or life-saving efforts. Due to massive understaffing, the Sheriff's Department Patrol Division lags far behind other counties in Oregon and the Western United States in its ability to prevent criminal activity and respond to crimes in progress. Lane County Commissioners have authorized and have convened a public safety task force to address the needs of responsive, well-funded public safety in our communities. The task force will geographically represent the entire county and will devote its work to identifying funding and service gaps that result in inconsistent and understaffed response to the pressing needs in Lane County. 5 members have been named by the county commissioners, and 6 more are counted to round out the task force. I see one appointee, Courtney Gristle, as my personal appointee to the task force. Thank you for being here this morning, Courtney. Lane County's Correction Division, our county jail, which is tasked by the Circuit Court to house and serve sentenced and pretrial individuals, continues to apply innovations in what is, in fact, the largest behavioral health facility in Lane County. Department staff estimate that more than 2/3 of all individuals housed in the jail suffer from behavioral mental health issues. I personally invite and conduct tours, help give inspections and tours to the jail to citizens. Across the board, Captain Clint Riley, our jail commander, and staff illustrate the tremendous life-altering programs that teach skills and social habits. The expanded wellness program in the facility is designed to help adults in custody to prepare for successful return to lives. This year, the Corrections Division introduced computing tablets, little tablets that we all kind of take for granted. Now, the adults in custody in the jail have computing tablets. And what does that do? Well, that helps them to stay in touch with their families, helps them to stay in touch with perhaps their attorneys, helps them to enroll in online classes. And to date, so far, to date, 3,134 courses have been taken by adults in custody on their computing tablets, which they have with them. Finally, our technology services continue to quietly serve by placing 9th in the nation on the Digital Counties Survey for counties our size in modernization of services for our community. Now, what does that mean? That means we can do our work without even thinking about it. And I think Michael Finch is with us today in the audience. Mike, the work that happens in technology service, we can't underline it strongly enough or talk strongly enough about how easy you make our work, how you catch things before they happen, and when they do happen, make sure they're minimized. The work that happens in IT, once again, makes our work so much easier. They've established a regional cyber response plan, and they've also assisted other counties in their efforts. So, as we plan this coming year, knowing now so many things that we did not know 4 years ago or even a year ago, we must judiciously work with our own people, with our nonprofits, with business community, and with our cities and other jurisdictions to maximize how we provide the services we know we can do better at. John Locke said, "Do not let the things you don't have prevent you from using what you do have. And we have plenty in Lane County. With our partners, our relationships, and the work we can do ever more efficiently together, we have plenty in Lane County. In this new year and beyond, with the Board of Commissioners striving to find a balance that many never dreamed possible, we must make the most of what we have and leverage the things we need into truly making Lane County the best place to live, work, and play. Thank you. Now, I see that Jeffrey is still with us. Jeffrey, do you have time to give us one more number just before we exit? And I hope you don't mind. I'm going to state that Jeffrey has a wonderful CD out that is some of the most wonderful listening. It's called The Night Side of Dawn with Jeffrey Mays and Ben Greenbow. So I'm going to take a moment along with you all to listen to Jeffrey, and then we can, after that, without any further words from me, let's all exit and have some nice refreshments out in the lobby.
Mostly I do my own music, but I'm going to do a cover tune, a rare cover tune here in kind of happy memory commemoration of our time back in college, one of the bands we used to listen to. See if you recognize this. A lot of people don't. As I reach for a piece, slide a rind down behind the sofa in Saint-Tropez. Breaking a stick with a brick on the sand, riding a wave in the wake of an old sedan. Sleeping alone, the drone of the darkness, scratched by the sand that fell from our love. Deep in my dreams, and I still hear you calling. If you're real, I'll come home. Backwards and homebound, the pigeon, the dove, gone with the wind and the rain on an airplane, owning a home with no silver spoon, drinking champagne like a good tycoon. Sooner than wait for breaking the weather, I'll gather my far-flung thoughts together, speeding away on the way to a new day. And if you're real, I'll come home. Hoe in my hand, open a book, take a look at the way things stand. And you're leading me down to a place by the sea. I hear your soft voice calling for me, making a date for later by the phone. And if you're alone, I'll come home. Oh, yeah. How many of you recognize this?
That was our anthem. All right. Thank you, Jeffrey. Please enjoy the refreshments. And that was, Debbie, that was our anthem, wasn't it?